name is Nick. I am the coffee roaster for Gravel City Roasters in Emporia, Kansas. I've been roasting coffee now for 8 years. Started off roasting coffee, it was on a whim. I just got kind of sick of spending a great deal of money on pre-roasted coffee from our roaster, and I thought I would give my, take a shot at it myself and see if I could do it. My wife wasn't too encouraging at first. She said that coffee roasting, not anybody can do it, that there's a science to it. And then I reminded her that in my day job, I'm actually a scientist. So I figured, I think if I can follow simple instructions, I should be able to roast coffee. And it turns out it is a science and an art. There's both there in coffee roasting. And I kind of have a foot in each, both in the art and the science of both. And I think I have a pretty good handle. People tend to like my coffee. And I'm glad, because I like roasting coffee, and I like that people like my coffee. Coffee roasting process starts off with green coffee that we will get from our supplier, who will get it from origin, and origin will be any one of several places from around the globe, either Africa, so you've got coffees that come from Ethiopia, you've got coffees that come from Kenya. Then in Asia, there's lots of places where we get coffee. India is one, Indonesia, and then within Indonesia you've got islands like Java, which is where the slang term for coffee comes from, and then Papua New Guinea is another popular place. Over in this hemisphere, the places where we're going to get coffee, in the United States, we can get coffee from two places. One is Hawaii, and the other one is Puerto Rico. But outside of that, there's no U.S. source for coffee, just because of the restraints under which coffee has to be grown. It has to be grown at a high elevation, and then the temperature can't get too cold. So it generally will be in a region that falls somewhere between the two tropics. Around the equator is where you're going to find this. So high elevation near the equator is what you're looking for. So we get the coffee in. It's green. It'll come in bagged, usually 60 or 70 kilo bags is what it comes in. So you'll find that there's two kinds of people who can make that conversion from kilos to pounds very easily. One is a drug dealer, and then the other one is coffee roasters. So a kilo to pounds, it's about 2.2 pounds for every kilo of coffee. So, and that would work with, I guess, just about anything. But coffee comes in green, we get it. We'll fire up the roaster, as you'll see. There are two kinds of, just generally speaking, two kinds of coffee roasters. When we're talking about commercial roasters, one will be the drum roaster, and the other one is a fluid bed roaster. So both of them, the elements that you need heat, you need time and motion. All three elements have to be there for a coffee to roast from green to roasted. So the coffee roaster I have is a fluid bed roaster. So what it does is it uses air that will move through a group of heaters, and that heated air will then push through a bed of green coffee that will then get lofted and moved within the roast chamber. The beans themselves will get an internal temperature of somewhere around 430 degrees. The roast chamber will get up in high 600 degrees range Fahrenheit. And a roast time can vary depending on the size of the bean load, which we're going to do a 10-pound roast. It's going to take me anywhere from about 10 to 15 minutes. So somewhere in that time frame is how long it's going to take to roast the beans. So they'll go from green to a golden brown to the brown roasted bean. And at some point, what will happen is you'll hear what they call first crack. And once that portion is done, the first crack, that's when I'm going to dump the beans. So, can I get off my soapbox now?